Hello everyone and welcome to the Nerds Archive, and in this one we're going to be finally looking at the Little Shop Props Grey Aztec 2006 to 7 prop. I know it's been shamefully late at doing this one, but we're finally here, so let's crack on with the review. The Sonic, of course, arrives in this beautiful little tin, which reminds me very much of the Rubber Toe Replicas tins. Also in the box you'll receive this letter, much like Rubber Toe Replicas, with a how to look after it, installing the batteries, use and care of the prop, and of course its strengths and weaknesses. So I'll pause that there, in case any of you would like to have a read. Gosh, I love this thing. So, when you open the tin, I'm going to do this with you now, so just editing about all the place. You get this amazing, I love this is brilliant. You get this beautiful little mini comic book poster. It looks great on display. Let me open it up for you. So you have here the history of the prop, again, so I'll let you pause that if you want to have a quick read. And then like all about the replica, followed by this beautiful little digital shot from all these different angles down the back. I love that. That is such like a really cute / clever idea. It's just, you know, like, I mean, you've got the destroyed version of it on the front there, which was also possible for you to order. But of course, I wanted the nice looking prop, and in my mind, I thought, well, if the paint's going to come off over time, if it gets damaged accidentally, well, then I can just say it's that, and I've had the nice one for a time. But yeah, that's such a lovely little idea. Definitely for anyone that wants to, I mean, if you've got the resources, do it, and you can collect them all. You can get all the little comic books. So yeah, beautiful. I love that idea. Nice one, little shop props. So then, of course, you just remove this section here. Awesome. And you're greeted to the prop itself. Oh man, I love this. Look at that. I love this version of the Sonic. Comes out very straightforward. Just lift it there. And there it is. Look at that. I mean, this thing just feels amazing. It's been made as close to the original prop as anything. So of course, like it says on the letter, it has the same strengths and weaknesses as the prop itself. Guys, it is gorgeous. But of course it doesn't end there, just removing this section that the Sonic was resting in and the floor underneath. You will find the stand, and what's this? We'll talk more about this later. And the little pegs there for, well, for displaying purposes, you'll see. So this is the stand that comes with the Sonic. You see, it's the 10th Doctor floor, well, 9th and 10th Doctor TARDIS floor. It looks so cool, I love that, with the Little Shop Props logo there. Underneath, you can see that mine is number 30 out of, I believe, 30, so I think mine's the last one. Yeah, nice little sticker, awesome. So put that down there. And the Sonic will just rest in there like so. Once you slot in the little pegs here, you can then just display your Sonic horizontally if you wished. So yeah, this thing just feels and looks amazing. It's been made as close to the original prop as possible, and you can really feel that. Unlike most 10th Sonic props that sort of have like a bit of a strength to them, if you like, this thing feels quite delicate, but not as delicate as it feels. I mean, yeah, of course, you've got to take care of this. They're not toys, they're prop replicas. I probably have faith in this than a lot more of other ones, but there's just something about it that feels, oh, I don't know, it's like as light as a feather, let's put it that way. It feels as light as a feather, really elegant, but you can trust it. So you see here that the dome is slightly raised. Of course, this is all accurate to how the series 3 prop was looking at the time. And I just love like these little screws here. Gosh, I love this. It's also quite thin down at the bottom here. Goodness me, it's amazing. This is just one of those props that you put on display. You cannot stop looking at it. Of course, like pushing mine down there, see, it will force itself out. That's not a design choice of mine. But again, I'm not going to argue. See, it's quite loose there. all how the prop was, and the micro switch just looks so cool. And it fits nice and comfortably in your hand, of course, for activating. Again, it's so accurate, beautiful to look at. The craftsmanship in this, I mean, Little Shop Props, I take my hat off to you guys. You've absolutely got it spot on. Now, of course, we all know that the main thing with Little Shop Props is screen accuracy. That is what they pride themselves on. Of course, if you're all about screen accuracy and you love Doctor Who, then go and check them out. I'll put a link to their website down below. They've always got new props coming out all the time. They've just done a release of the 8th Doctor Sonic, hands down the best 8th Doctor I've seen with the accurate release button. So bear in mind, they focus on screen accuracy. If this thing just lit up, I'd be happy because I knew what I was getting. That's what I wanted. It's arrived, it's here. But again, they've just turned around and gone, nah, we'll go a little bit more. We'll add a little bit more to this. So what they've included now is just so awesome, so nice, so awesome, and brilliantly done. So let's have a look. Accessing the batteries is quite simple. You haven't got to mess about with the grub screw or even unscrew this. It just removes to reveal the little compartment here. And please, of course, be very careful with this section. The Sonic does have to be enclosed when doing this, so please do not try and access the batteries or remove this section while it's extended. And then just gently pull it out. Be careful of any wires. Here we go. So this is the right way, and you will see where the battery goes. Again, be very careful with this. The Sonic takes 3 of these LR41 batteries and you just put them in there like so. Again, gently pushing the batteries back in, and you can place back on the end pummel. So let's see what happens now the batteries are installed. Oh, well, that's very quiet. Well, this is where the second pommel comes into play. You take off your more accurate version and place on your second, which does have speaker holes. So now when you activate it, beautiful, with its Series 3 sound chip. I love that. That's such a lovely idea. I mean, Little Shop Props, they didn't need to do that really, because they've always had, like, you know, problems with the sounds and having the space to put them in, such as what comes to mind is the Sonic Pen. So again, they didn't really need to do that. People go there because they want screen accuracy, but they just went, no, we're putting the customers first. The customers want sound. Of course, you did have to pay for sound, which is, you know, of course, it's like, oh, well, you paid for it, but well, yeah, but they've got to go to the effort of figuring it out, installing it. So again, they didn't need to offer sound. They could have just made these wonderful little blue torch things, but instead you've got a beautiful little prop replica, which when you put the batteries in, you get the sound. Gosh, that's I love that, man. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And of course, if you don't want the sound, then as you heard, if you put the original pommel back on, it is so quiet you can't even hear it. I mean, it's easy to hear it in a quiet room like this one, but when you're just using it and you've got it in your hand as well, you see how it's covered, it's just an LED. So basically, if you got the sound and you go, oh, actually I just want the light, there you go. To extend the Sonic, do not use your teeth like the 10th Doctor does. We've all seen that scene where he uses his teeth to extend it. You just excuse me. You just very well, not carefully, you just pinch, hold on to the top section here and gently pull. Do not pull with force. This is a prop replica, not a toy. And there you go. A lovely little extended Aztec grey there. God, look at the swirl. The swirl is beautiful. So cool. Not as strong as other swirls, but it's just got that very delicate kind of thin. This is a prop replica. The way how the whole thing has been made. Gosh, I love this thing. And of course, you don't have to have it all the way. I like to just have it partly extended. I mean, yeah, I do like it when it's like this, for instance. You know, that is nice, and it will stay while stood up. Something cool about that. There you go. You see how that's just got into my hand and covered the speakers. Another way to play with it, I suppose. But yeah, so I'd like to just have it on display where it's just slightly revealed. Gorgeous. And with the micro switch, it is instant. Because there's no sound chip, you can do a lot of the old beautiful blue LED there. God, it's gorgeous. Even the dome is resin as well. Oh, I love this. It's such an amazing part to have in my collection. I genuinely love this bad boy. And so this brings us to the end of the review. I just genuinely love this thing. I love it for different reasons that I love my other 10th Doctor Sonics. Because this one is just pure eye candy. There, I've said it. For people that love sonic screwdrivers, this is just pure eye candy. You just leave this thing on display. It looks amazing when you pick it up and just have a hold. It just feels like what you would expect the prop to feel like. Activating it, the sound, the Series 3 chip inside is perfect. It is just the right sound. I love everything about it. I mean, the crackle paint is hands down beautiful. Of course, you do have to be careful of that because over time it just will, you know, if you're just going to handle it a lot, it's just going to fade. So be very careful with how you handle them. Again, just take really good care of them, especially just from, you know, using them in your hand and having to play. You're just gonna, you know, your hand will naturally get sweaty, I suppose, and that will just linger on the Sonic. So just, you know, enjoy it. But I personally am just gonna, you know, leave it on display. My excuse for holding it and having to play with it comes from taking pictures and putting them on Instagram. But yeah, I just love this thing. Little shop props, they got it absolutely spot on, and I really appreciate the adding the sound effect to it, because they didn't need to do that. But you know, thinking of the fans, thinking about their supporters, they did it for us. So it's just one of those things that I personally, you know, Sonic equals sound. I really appreciate that. So this thing is definitely one of my favourite prop replicas. It's like all the others, it's right at the top of my collection, so anyone that walks in is able to see it. Hands down beautiful, and hopefully over time it will look like this one. Yeah. But you know, not too soon. I want to enjoy it while it looks like this for now. So yeah, of course that won't naturally happen. I'm only joking. If you want this Sonic and this is the Sonic you love, it should stay this way unless you're really stupid with it. But yeah, so please go and give Little Shop Props a like and a follow on their social medias. I think I said before, the link for the website will be down below, so you can see what they've got going on at the minute. All of their items are filled with the same level of love and consideration and attention to detail. So, I mean, you can't really go wrong with them. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that wherever you are in the world, you're staying safe, you're staying awesome, and I'll see you in the next one. Please take care, everyone, and bye for now.